I heard about the kangaroo from one of the regional reps who educated me as to the product, and it was one that kind of gelled with what I wanted to have in terms of both pocket health as well as outcomes. And everything that I'd heard prior to using this product kind of gelled with what I thought or what I believed should be what we as physicians promote in terms of good pocket healing and good pocket health. I have found that when I use Zeo, that the pocket by itself heals better. The incision is also better. Making sure that the initial implantation heals appropriately and making sure that it's anchored appropriately to prevent any either sagging or migration of the pulse generator or migration of the device is important, because down the line, when it's time for a generator change for either a defibrillator or a pacemaker, you want to make sure that that initial process or that initial implant was done appropriately, so that when it's time for the change out, that you're not faced with either a scenario or a situation whereby there's undue scarring that compromises the lead, or a scenario or a situation whereby as a result of migration that you are causing additional tissue trauma by trying to retrieve the device that has now moved from the initial position.
I was so tired I could hardly walk around my house. And so the doctor put a heart monitor on me. He suggested a pacemaker.
Deborah was the ideal candidate for the kangaroo. As a result of other conditions that she had, one of the biggest issues or concerns that I had coming in was tissue healing. Deborah is of a slight build. When we initially saw her, had lost a good amount of weight. She needed a device, and I did not want a scenario whereby the possibility of either risks associated with poor wound healing or the device being exceptionally prominent would be hindrances. I tell my other colleagues that implant also that if you are not using a kangaroo, you're setting yourself up for issues in the future.
My recovery really happened pretty quickly. I wasn't sore for that long, and after that it healed fast. Before I had the surgery, I didn't weigh but 80 pounds, and I wasn't in very good health. And after the surgery, I've been gaining weight. No, I don't have any pain with my pacemaker, and my green light stays on my machine, and I'm just good to go.
It's been about a year, and by all indications, she's done fantastically.
Kangaroo pouch is not just a professional recommendation for me. From a personal standpoint, I also recommend it. I have a family member who had a pacemaker placed about 5 years ago. She's a perfect candidate for a kangaroo. I've already spoken to Dr. Okewole, let him know that now that she's due for her battery change, we definitely need a kangaroo. From a personal standpoint, I want my family members to have a positive outcome and the least amount of complications.